Hello and good evening, everybody. Welcome to High School Hoops on a Friday night here from Stuart W. Robertson Memorial Gymnasium. Coming up tonight, the Roseburg boys basketball team welcomes in the South Eugene Axe for another Southwest Conference matchup as we get you high school hoops on a Friday night. Roseburg coming in with a 3-game winning streak, looking to take over sole possession of second place in the Southwest Conference standings. Or maybe if things go their direction, even move into a tie for first here tonight. Meanwhile, on the other side, the South Eugene Axe are looking to bounce back after their first loss in league play earlier this week. They'll look to try and make amends for a loss against the Grants Pass Cavemen that knocked them into a tie with Roseburg for second. It's a huge matchup tonight between the Roseburg Indians and the South Eugene Axe, and it's coming to you here on The Score. Welcome in, everybody. I'm Joey Kieran. Great to be with you here on this Friday night as we get ready for some high school hoops action. Coming up here tonight, we'll have a quick conversation with head coach Jordan Humphreys to get an idea of what tonight's matchup is looking like and how he felt after Roseburg's win earlier this week against the Grants Pass Cavemen that helped propel them into second place in the league standings. That'll be coming up here in just a couple of moments as we continue on with the pregame show. Want to remind everybody tonight's game is streaming live for free online at 541radio.com, where the Roseburg basketball games can be seen all season long. We'll have the rest of this conference slate on the video stream for you. And you can watch it there at 541radio.com, or you can find it on our YouTube channel. Search 1490 The Score on YouTube to follow the action with us there. If you hit the subscribe button, you can make sure to get notifications of when we go live with another Roseburg High School sporting event. The live video stream of Roseburg High Sports this winter sports season is brought to you by the Cow Creek Tribe. We're going to get ready for our first break here in the pregame show. Roseburg coming in at 10-5 overall on the season, 3-1 in conference play. On the other side, it's the Axe at 9-8 on the year, 3-1 in the Southwest Conference season. Two high-scoring teams. We'll see how this one plays out tonight. Might need to get the oxygen ready. This could be a track meet tonight here from Stuart W. Robertson Memorial Gymnasium. We'll take the 2-minute timeout and come back with a word from head coach Jordan Humphreys. This is Roseburg High Basketball on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
When the first Cascade branch opened in 1948, things were a lot different here. The fact they're still here says a lot about the way they do business.
Staying in business for 75 years requires the cooperation of generations. It's the desire to learn and grow with your community.
My account number is only 5 digits long. What that tells me is that this is a local credit union.
Cascade Community Credit Union would like to thank you for 75 years of growth and support here in Douglas County.
Pregame on The Score, 92.3 FM at 1490 AM, streaming with video online at 541radio.com. Roseburg basketball back at home, another Southwest Conference state tonight as they welcome in the South Eugene Axe for the conference matchup. Joining us now is head coach Jordan Humphreys. Coach, team is coming off of a nice win over Grants Pass in the last game. Right? Am I getting that?
Yes,
yeah, okay.
Pass, yes.
Well, I don't know why I just started second-guessing my notes that I worked on all day yesterday.
That's okay. It's been a long week.
Yeah, it sure feels like it has, and these start to run together. Grants Pass, though, coming off of that one, we didn't get a chance to catch up after the game. It was kind of a game where you guys looked really good in the first half, let it slip away, but then finished strong, and the guys kind of pulled out some grit. We know that winning's never easy in conference play, and you kind of expected that Grants Pass would put a run on it. How'd you feel about how the team handled that and finished off last game?
Yeah, obviously you never want to give up a 15-point lead and let them take the lead, but we talked about it, and that's part of the growth process for us is, hey, it's a game of runs. We're going to make runs, they're going to make runs. It's how do we react when they make runs, and in the past, we haven't reacted well when other teams have made runs. We've given up a lead and not been able to get it back. So the fact that we were able to let them go on a run and come back and take the lead and then get the lead back and finish the game off is growth. Obviously, it's not the way you want to see it happen, but we'll take it and learn from it, and should help us as we move forward with more conference games.
We've talked kind of previously about how the team hasn't really seen a lot of moments where it's kind of nip and tuck down the stretch, tight games like that. And to see Grants Pass battle back from that lead and take a lead under 3 minutes to play in the game, that's one where, maybe many teams would start to kind of turn it in because they get a little downtrodden from not holding on to a lead. Your guys, do you feel like they've gotten more experience and that they maybe kind of handled those moments in a game now a little bit better than maybe they did a couple of weeks ago?
Oh, definitely. Maybe now we've been in 2 or 3 of those down the stretch where one of the teams makes a run and we got to hold on to the lead or not worry about what's happening and keep our composure, and we've definitely gotten better at it. And so we've also been putting some stuff in at practice to try to work on that. Obviously, it's not as easy to emulate it in practice, but we do some situational stuff that's helped the guys understand what we want to do and been able to talk about it more. So that's been good for us.
You guys got a little bit of extra practice time this week. Well, tonight the opponent, South Eugene, on the other side. This will be their third game this week after playing against Grants Pass on Wednesday. Getting a little bit of extra time to gear up for an opponent. How do you like that versus, maybe a team that's going to be out there and just kind of got a number of games underneath their belt this evening?
I'm excited about that. The fact that they had to make their game up against Grants Pass on Wednesday, and we got to rest, and then they get to play another one tonight. I think we're going to try to take advantage of that by getting up and down and running a little bit. Grants Pass beat them at their place after they beat Sheldon. I mean, it's the same thing. We talk about the carousel of who's going to beat who in any given night, which is one thing that makes the league so tough. But, we're definitely going to try to take advantage of hopefully them being tired.
Did you get a chance to scout at all with that game against Grants Pass and South Eugene?
I did. I drove up with my dad, and we watched the game and got to see what we're up against with South.
Yeah. How impressive is it for Grants Pass to, have a bit of be on the road the night before and have a game that's a bit of a heartbreaker for them, and then have to go on the road again and back-to-back nights and play and then go and pick up a win against another top team in the conference?
Yeah, that's definitely not easy. One thing that Grants Pass has going for them is they definitely don't rely on the outside shot. Obviously, when your legs get tired, and that's one of your main scoring threats, is if you get tired, then it goes south pretty quick. And so Grants Pass doesn't have to worry about that because most of the points come from the bigs inside. And you could tell from South playing that they had just played an emotional game the night before, beating Sheldon, and they were a little bit fatigued. And hopefully for us, that carries over.
What'd you learn, though, about South Eugene? What kind of things are they going to try to do and to kind of attack you guys here tonight?
They like to play up-tempo style, and if they're tired and that's what they're used to, then hopefully they're going to keep doing it. They have guards that can play. They got guards that can shoot and defend, and they're similar size-wise and skill-wise to us, and it's just going to be who executes better tonight.
All right, we look forward to it tonight. Should be a fast-paced ball game out there. Coach, thanks so much for the time.
Thank you.
That was head coach Jordan Humphreys joining us here in the pregame as we count down to tip-off for tonight's matchup between Roseburg and South Eugene. It's great to be with you here tonight, folks. Thanks so much for joining us. Thanks again to head coach Jordan Humphreys for the time in the pregame show. Taking a look back earlier this week, I kind of got a little lost on time there at the start of the interview. It was Grants Pass earlier this week for the Roseburg Indians, led by 15 at halftime and looked to be cruising in that game. But GP rallied in the second half and actually took a 60-58 lead with 2 minutes and 48 seconds left to play in regulation. RHS, though, would finish the game strong. They finished on a 16-4 run to win that game. RHS 9 of 14 at the free throw line in the fourth quarter. That is big. Making your free throws can definitely help a team win down the stretch. Roseburg hit 7 threes in the contest as they would put up one of their highest scoring outputs this season. It was actually the highest scoring game against Grants Pass, who has one of the better defenses in the conference. And Roseburg able to put up that new season high total against the Cavemen. Good result there. On the other side, though, it was Grants Pass, the last game for the South Eugene Axe. They were at home. It was their second of 3 games to be played this week. They played on Tuesday and won against Sheldon, then had to play a makeup game against Grants Pass on Wednesday at home for South Eugene. Grants Pass on the road back-to-back nights. Woo, that had to be tough, but they were not showing any issue with the road weariness. They get a 66-62 win over South Eugene. And that was a big win there for Grants Pass to go to 3-2 in conference play. South Eugene suffering their first loss in conference play, and that put them into a tie with Roseburg for second place in the conference standings. It snapped a 7-game winning streak for the Axe and handed them their first conference loss. South Eugene comes in at 9-8 on the year. They average 69.4 points per game. They're a high-scoring team. Roseburg averages 67.7 points per game. These are 2 top 10 offenses in the 6A classification. Roseburg at number 10, South Eugene at number 9. The one downside for South Eugene, though, they may put up a lot of points. They also give up a lot of points. South Eugene gives up 71.7 points per game. So they score 69, they give up 71, nearly 72. So we'll see how things play out tonight for Roseburg and South Eugene, but it could be an up-and-down affair here this evening. Also on the schedule for the conference tonight, South Medford, undefeated in conference play, 10-6 on the season, leading the way, ranked number 12 in the OSAA power rankings. The Panthers tonight are on the road at Willamette. Roseburg here against South Eugene. Grants Pass is at home tonight, their third game of their week. The Grants Pass Cavemen are hosting Sheldon tonight. That's the 3-2 Grants Pass Cavemen versus the 2-2 Sheldon Irish. Willamette and North Medford are both winless in league play. Tonight, North Medford has the night off. We'll get a chance to try and take a look at some other Roseburg High School news here today. The Roseburg wrestling team is up at the Research Tournament of Champions. 3 wrestlers into the quarterfinals in that one. We'll talk about that. Earlier tonight, the Roseburg boys JV team winning 59-46 against South Eugene. The Roseburg girls are at the Purple Pit tonight, taking on the South Eugene Axe. And that is a battle of 2 teams looking for their first win in conference play. So one of those teams coming away with their first victory in the conference season. Well, that's going to do it for the pregame show here. We are just about to get things ready from Robertson Memorial Gymnasium. Roseburg looking for their 4th straight win. South Eugene looking to try and take back second place in the Southwest Conference standings. The 2 teams split their matchup last year, with Roseburg losing on the road on a buzzer beater by Solomon Nice. He was able to get the tip-in bucket after the Axe went coast to coast, and that bucket just before the horn made it an 85-84 victory for the Axe. Roseburg would win at home big, 88-71 against South Eugene, and they would get a little bit of revenge. The 2 teams split the matchup a year ago with the home team winning in both contests. So we'll see how things go tonight as Roseburg looks to stay very dominant here on their home turf. They have played very well here at home against teams this season. We're going to go ahead and get ready for our final break of the pregame show as we get ready for the national anthem. Then we'll come back with a look at your starting lineups for tonight's contest. Don't forget, the game is streaming live online at 541radio.com and on our YouTube channel. Search 1490 The Score to follow us there. Hit the subscribe button to make sure you stay up to date with Roseburg High sports throughout this school year. We'll go ahead and take the 2-minute timeout and come back with the opening tip to tonight's ball game in just a few moments here on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
The playing of our national anthem from the Roseburg High Pep Band as we get ready for South Eugene and Roseburg basketball tonight. The boys are squaring off here from Robertson Memorial Gymnasium. Let's take a look at tonight's starting lineups. First for the visiting South Eugene Axe, led by head coach Solomon Harris in his second season. His starting five will have a senior at 5'8". An honorable mention All-Southwest Conference selection a year ago, Cohen Thurman. Another all-conference selection, second-teamer, senior 5'9" guard Landon Bryant. Another all-conference selection and another senior at 6'1", Trey Saunders. Then you've got junior post Levi Hawes at 6'4", and at 6'5", a sophomore Calvin Yoder, your starting five tonight for the Axe. On the other side, for the Roseburg Indians, led by head coach Jordan Humphreys in his fifth season with the team. Starting five will look pretty familiar. It was the same starting five as last game. It's Micah Mendoza, first-team all-conference selection, averaging just over 19 points a game, along with Julian Lopez, a senior guard, averaging 11.9. Asher Friedenberg averaging 14.5 points per game, the senior guard, along with Vincent Ash, another senior guard, averaging 3 points per game, and Owen Bentia, a junior guard, averaging 12.6 points per game. That is a look at tonight's starting lineup for Roseburg and South Eugene. The Indians in the home whites here tonight, and in the purples is South Eugene. Axe across the chest for the visiting club. They'll be moving right to left on your radio dial, and moving left to right will be Roseburg. The place is filled in. It was pretty sparsely populated for the JV game earlier tonight, but things have started to fill in for the varsity matchup. Got a big one here this evening, and we are ready to go. The opening tip won by Asher Friedenberg in the center circle, and Roseburg will have it moving left to right. Friedenberg bounces it away to the right elbow to Mendoza. Stopped at the top, almost traveled, gets it away to Bentia, looking to square up from behind the arc. He dribbles left side, will give it back out to the top to Mendoza. They bring it back out. Vredenberg will reset it, bounces it away to right side. Lopez dribbles into the corner, got a defense all over him. Give it to Mendoza with 10 seconds on the shot clock. Out to Vredenberg, left side three, high, Archer, no. Rebound underneath by Micah. And Mendoza will give Roseburg a second look at it here in the first quarter. Ball nearly taken away. Now South Eugene does get it. They will leak out in front. Pull up for the mid-range jumper. It's short. Rebound underneath by Trey Saunders after the miss by Thurman. Drawing it back out, Landon Bryant will underhand pitch it into the corner. Low pass, nearly kicked out of bounds by Saunders. He gets it back, worked on by Mendoza, launches up a three underneath. Bentia gets the board. Couple of looks there for the Axe. They can't convert. Vredenberg going coast to coast, and Asher will put Roseburg in front, 2-0. Early going to this one, almost just more over a minute to go. On the other side, a shot up by South Eugene, no good. Roseburg down with the rebound. The Roseburg bench wanted a foul call. A three from Owen Bentia misses pretty much everything, it looked like there. Seemed like he didn't quite get his legs underneath him on that one. A turnover on the possession for Roseburg. 6:37 to go here in the opening period. South Eugene with the basketball. Landon Bryant crossover goes left, makes the pass through the defense, right underneath. Open look for Levi Haas. The junior will tie it up 2-2. Vredenberg, right into the defender goes Asher Vredenberg. He lost his position with the basketball. Looked like maybe tripped up with his feet, kind of lost the handle on the ball, and he just barreled right through the chest of the defender. Asher will pick up his first in the contest. First foul against the Indians. Bringing the ball across the timeline. Haas, he'll race into the middle, kicks into the corner, back out to Thurman at the top. He'll race to the free throw line, bounce it to right wing. Bryant weaves his way through traffic to the left side, throwing up a three. It's short underneath Mendoza with another rebound after the miss by Saunders. He works up the left side of the floor. Hesitation step out at the top. He finds wide open underneath Vincent Ash, and he will get one to rattle its way through to get Roseburg the lead back. But on the other side, up the floor quickly goes Calvin Yoder, finds himself wide open underneath to even it back up. 4-4 ball game. 5:41 to go here in the first. Lopez in the corner, dribbles it out. He had a quiet night in the last one against Grants Pass. Lobs it underneath and tipped out of bounds. Asher Vredenberg ends up on the ground. Double team came. Some help side defense poking the ball away. That was Landon Bryant. It'll stay with Roseburg with 23 seconds on the shot clock. Lob into Mendoza. He draws it out. Try to go back underneath to Vredenberg, and that'll be a quick foul on Trey Saunders. Saunders underneath marking against Asher. Tried to reach her from behind and poke it away. He ended up catching the arm of Vredenberg. Lob it out to the top. Run into the rim was Micah Mendoza. They missed communication on the inbound play, but Roseburg able to keep the possession. Bentia gets free on the right side, wants to get it to Vredenberg. He got behind the defense, goes to the rim, and lays it off the glass for another two. Vredenberg with 4 in the contest. Roseburg back in front. Back and forth, here we go in this one. Into the corner, driving in, Yoder gets to the left block, and he turns it over. Taken away by Lopez, racing. Lost the basketball, went up, but he didn't have a full handle on it. Drew some contact, doesn't get a whistle. South Eugene comes away with it, almost traveled for Saunders. Yoder gets to the free throw line, pass into the corner, open looking at 3-4. Cohen Thurman, his shot no. Rebound got tipped up, but Mendoza able to bring it in. Gets it up the floor, right side, into the corner. Vredenberg drives baseline. The finger roll, no. Got his own rebound on the weak side. Put back, no. He had 2 looks at it, both of them pretty clean. Could not finish. And a timeout going to be taken by South Eugene. Quick pace here. Catch your breath. Timeout taken by the Axe with 4:36 to go in the first quarter. We'll go ahead and use a 30-second timeout as well here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
How should I be investing my money?
Plan for your future with confidence. At Palm Wealth Management, we'll help you see a clear path to financial peace of mind. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Mountain Mike's Pizza, the way it ought to be.
4:35 to go in the first period. Roseburg leading 6-4 against South Eugene. The Axe with the basketball out of a timeout. Saunders works at the middle. Yoder back out to Thurman for a three. No, but the offensive board comes down to Landon Bryant. And the Axe will have another look at it, trailing by 2. Roseburg with the zone defense, bouncing in the middle. It gets to Yoder. He'll pull up for the mid-range jumper, and Calvin Yoder has a quick 4 points. And he'll tie it up again, working the left side, going right to the rim. Asher Friedenberg wants to push the tempo for Roseburg. He races to the iron and makes another one off the glass. This underneath, too strong for Haas. Tip up on the rebound and ends up in the hands of Vincent Ash. He's always in the right spot at the right time. Going left side, high off the glass. That one dies, gets a friendly roll off the iron for Micah Mendoza, who finally gets his first points of the game. And Roseburg has its largest lead at 4, 10-6. This one is a nonstop action. Underneath, reverse lay-in for Landon Bryant, and is back to a 2-point game. This game is just back and forth we go. It's a tennis match out here. On the right side, Bentia driving in. The Dark Knight can't get it to roll over the front of the iron. We're trying to come up with more and more names for Owen Bentia with the face mask, wearing the black face mask. He gets to the iron. He couldn't get it to roll over the front of it, but does draw the whistle, so he'll head to the free throw line for 2. It's the first foul against Calvin Yoder. And the first one will knock down for Owen Bentia. First free throw of the game to go through for Roseburg. Tonight's ball game brought to you by Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County. 3:24 to go in the first period. Second free throw hits the front of the iron and ends up short for Bentia. Bryant will race it up the floor, across the timeline, pass it away to Thurman on the far side, gets it back. Bryant working the left side of the lane, crossover to the top between the circles, gives it to the high post. Into the game for South Eugene is James Thomas, who tries to set himself up in the paint. The ball works its way to the far side for Bryant. Things clear out a bit. He'll toss it down to the left block. Saunders down there, bumped into Bentia, and he lost his footing, put up a turnaround jump shot. It's no good, and Friedenberg will race it up the floor. Got it to Ash, back out to a 3 for Lopez, front iron, no. Rebound pulled down by Haas. He'll race it across the timeline, working quickly, goes right to the rim, gets hit by Mendoza. Probably a bit of an ill-advised foul there for Micah. That was a tough shot for Levi Haas. He cut from the right side of the rim to the left side, tried to get a look at a reverse lay-in attempt, and it would have been a difficult angle for him to hit, but he gets bailed out as Micah slaps across the wrist. And going to the free throw line will be Levi Haas, who had 18 points in the loss against Grants Pass on Wednesday. He's short on the first of 2 attempts. It's a 3-point game here, 11-8 right now. Roseburg in front. Tonight's game brought to you by DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop. 2:43 to go in the first period. Another free throw coming here for Haas. Spins the ball in the left hand a couple of times, cradles and fires, and he'll swish it through. 2-point game, 11-9. Neither team with a made 3 so far. Mendoza fires it across at the top of the front court. Driving right through, Friedenberg just slashes right to the rim, and he's having another big game after a career-high 28 in the win over Grants Pass. He's already got 8 in the game. A long 2 is off underneath. Haas with the rebound, and it's tipped around. It's McCurdy who has come into the game, picks up the defensive board. McCurdy will bounce it across the timeline to Friedenberg. He's going to attack on the left side, and they just can't stop him. Asher Friedenberg finishes another one. And Roseburg's on top, 15-9. 6-point lead, their largest of the game. Friedenberg with now 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 points in the period. A 3 off the mark. McCurdy, another board underneath for Roseburg. Indians with it, looking to stretch their game-high lead. Mendoza left side, cradles in, throws it up. He got caught by the defense, couldn't get a clean look at it. Thurman throws it right side. Bryant makes the pass across the baseline. Saunders there, puts up a shot, no. Fighting for a position underneath. Michael Bosley, who is also checked in for Roseburg, trying to box out against James Thomas, and Thomas was trying to tiptoe the baseline while he was trying to bring in the rebound. He steps out of bounds and turns it over. Full court press now from South Eugene as Roseburg leads 15-9. A minute and a half to go in the opening 8 minutes. Friedenberg brings it up. They're marking him a bit closer. He'll make a one-hand push pass to the near side. McCurdy gets it at the right wing, looking for the cutter. Back out to the top. Catch and shoot three for Bentia. Off the left iron. And Friedenberg gets the offensive board. He goes in, lost the handle on it, ends up on his rear end. Tried to pass it out. McCurdy tips it. It's still on the ground. Loose ball, and it's picked up by Cohen Thurman. Lob underneath. Haas gets it in the right block. He will kiss it off the glass for two. Stops the run by Roseburg, 15-11. Mendoza trying to go quickly the other direction. He can't get it to fall in underneath. Bosley tried to tip it up and in. Loose ball kicked around. Thurman will pick it up on the near side. Roseburg's had a couple of real quick looks there, trying to keep this pace moving. Bryant gets to the free throw line, dribbles it back out. Working against Bosley, goes left side, makes the pass to Haas on the right side, and dances on the iron before it drops in. And South Eugene's back within two. 15-13, down to 28 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Shot clock turned off in this frantic first period. Left side, McCurdy gets it back to Mendoza. He works baseline, draws the whistle as he banks it in. Micah Mendoza, another two for him. He's got 4 in the period. Looks to make it 5 as he heads to the free throw line. 19.2 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Julian Lopez will come back into the game for Owen Bentia. And one shot coming up here for Micah. The lefty will toe the free throw line. Fires it up and swishes it through. 3-point play there for Micah Mendoza. 18-13, a 5-point lead for Roseburg. 14 seconds and counting here in this first quarter. They found the cutter. Thomas kicks into the corner. Out for Saunders for a three. Back iron, no. Underneath, Mendoza with the rebound. He's going to try to push the tempo. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. McCurdy head fake, drives in before the horn. Can't get it to go. And Roseburg will finish the first period leading 18-13. We'll go ahead and take a 1-minute timeout here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Second quarter action coming up for Roseburg and South Eugene. Leading scorers after one, Asher Friedenberg with 10 points. 7 points for Levi Haas and South Eugene. 5-point lead for Roseburg, 18-13 as we start out the second period. South Eugene with the basketball, moving right to left on your radio dial, wearing their road purple. Trey Saunders pulls up just inside the three-point line, and he'll knock it down for his first points of the night. Makes it a 3-point game. Pressure in the backcourt again for South Eugene. Julian Lopez will bring it into the front court across the timeline. He'll angle to the right side. Crossover back to his left. Nearly had it knocked out of his hands. Now it's taken away by Landon Bryant, and he will load up for a lay-in. He's got 4 in the game, makes it a 1-point contest, 18-17. Lopez got caught a little bit too much dribbling out at the top, and Bryant was able to be there to pick his pocket. Pass goes to Bosley. Give and go with Lopez, and a whistle. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. While we wait for the free throws, let's go ahead and pause real quick. Station identification. This is Roseburg basketball here on the Score. Julian Lopez at the line. Misses the front end. Substitutions. Caden Luther into the game for Michael Bosley. And into the game for South Eugene is Cameron Perry, a sophomore. Tonight's game brought to you by More Well Drilling, specializing in residential well drilling and commercial projects too. Call 541-580-5660 for free estimates from More Well Drilling. Free throw goes through on the second attempt for Lopez. 2-point game, 19-17. Long pass across the top, out to Thomas. Goes to the middle for Perry. Kicks out to Thurman for a three. Long rebound, saved back in, and it's going to stay with South Eugene. Landon Bryant will get it from Perry. Perry played in the JV game. I recognize him watching that one. A three from the corner off the mark for Haas right underneath. Vincent Ash with the rebound. Pass up the floor, nearly taken away. Ash will get it, works into the right corner, gets it back to Lopez, launches a three. Ooh, he was off balance, but that one was dead on. And Julian Lopez gets his first points of the night. First three of the game for Roseburg. They've seen one go in, maybe a few more will start. It's 22-17, out to a 5-point lead again for the Tribe. Their largest has been 6. Perry gets it at the high block on the left side of the lane. Make that the right side for the offense. Bryant nearly has it taken away, has to draw it back out. Shot clock down to 10 seconds to go. Pass to Perry at the free throw line. He'll attack right side against Luther. Got him in the air, but passes it away to Bryant. Gets it, cuts through the lane. A scoop shot off the glass. No, Perry underneath gets the board. Nearly poked away, and it was Vincent Ash touching the basketball as he was standing, had a foot out of bounds. So they'll whistle the play dead, and Vincent Ash will be called for, I guess, not a turnover, but just stop the play there. It'll be South Eugene basketball underneath their own hoop with a fresh 35. Thurman will inbound to Bryant, gets it on that right baseline. Lopez marking him. Jab step, gets it into the middle. Perry fires it right up to the rim, but underneath, Ash pulls down the rebound. He'll fire a one-hand pass up to Friedenberg, who is checked back into the game. Dribbling through pressure, defense got in the way, almost lost the basketball, but he pulls it back out. 22-17 ball game, 5:39 to go, second quarter. Driving in, Julian Lopez starting to get hot. He's got 5 in the period, make that 6 in the period as he makes a nice reverse lay-in. 24-17, Roseburg's largest lead. No offensive foul call, but a turnover anyways for South Eugene. Lopez got pushed out of bounds. Where's the officials here? The ball turned back over to South Eugene. Saunders had an open look at a three, almost took it. And now it will be on the right side into the corner for Bryant. A couple of plays that look like they were missed calls by the officials that would have helped Roseburg. They still lead by 7, their largest lead of the game. Driving in, Bryant. Ooh, what a pretty move for Landon Bryant. The scoop shot high off the glass for 2. 24-19. Friedenberg walks it towards the midcourt stripe, working against Landon Bryant. Couple of crossover dribbles between the legs. Left side to Owen Bentia. Bentia back out to Ash. Calls out the offensive play. Hand off to Friedenberg. Gets in the lane. The teardrop runner. No. Gets his own rebound underneath. And he'll get that one. 12 points in the game. Offensive board. He gives himself a couple of looks. And Bentia stretches it back out to 7 points. 26-19 nearing the midway point of the second quarter. Oh, that's a travel. Cohen Thurman thought about trying to pass it. Hesitated. Drug the back foot. And gives it back to the Indians. Lucas Clemens will come in for the first time. Cohen Thurman will head to the bench. So does. That is Calvin Yoder that will go to the sideline as well. Into the game, another big man. That might be Jacob Knight. Trying to get a look at his number. It is 6'6", kind of stands out. He works against Caden Luther. Lopez drives in, kicks out to Bentia, short, tip up, and through for Caden Luther. He just swatted at the basketball, got it up to the iron, and it drops in. A 9-point lead for the Indians, 28-19. South Eugene trailing. They've been on a bit of a dry spell here. Around a screen, left side, pull up for the long 2 for Bryant. High off the back iron. Underneath, it's Friedenberg that holds on for the rebound. His 5th of the night. He'll race up, gets underneath. Behind the back, pass the shot, blocked from behind for Luther. Up the floor, tried to weave it through traffic. Bryant's pass picked off by Ash. Coach Humphrey saying, let's go, keep it moving, keep it moving. Roseburg races into the front court, left side. Ash hands it off to Friedenberg. They'll slow it down in the half court. Ball poked away by Bryant. 3:28 first half, down to 20 seconds on the shot clock. Friedenberg brings it to the near side, into the corner, bounce it underneath to Lopez. Tries to go for a turnaround jump shot, had 3 defenders around him, and Julian Lopez will get the whistle. Second foul against South Eugene here in the second quarter. They're letting them play here in this one. I don't know if there's enough time for the officials to catch their breath and make a call. This game has gone back and forth quickly. The foul goes against Cameron Perry, the sophomore. 3:18 to play here in this second period. At the line, Julian Lopez, he's got 6 in the quarter. Make it 7. Hits the front end. Roseburg basketball on the score this season brought to you by our friends at Fisher's Hearth and Home, serving Douglas County for over 30 years with the largest selection of wood, gas, pellet, and electric stoves and fireplaces. Second free throw rattles out. Fight for it underneath. And Luther will win the battle. He'll get another look at it. He puts it up with the right hand. What a battle there for Caden Luther. Makes it 31-19. Roseburg's largest lead at 12. And a whistle against the Indians. What a fight underneath for Caden Luther. The junior maybe gives up an inch or two underneath. But, boy, he was battling to get that, tipped it up, and stayed with it to finally win it, and then got a quick putback bucket. Micah Mendoza is going to check back into the game for Roseburg as well. Asher Friedenberg's going to get a breather. He has been off to another strong start for the Indians. 12 points here in this first half. Inbound for South Eugene. Bryant will get it. Works his way out to the top of the arc. Bounce it down to the left, blocks for Perry. No-look pass back to the corner for Bryant. Drives left baseline, kicks back out. Perry finds Thomas out at the top. Jab step, goes right side. His pass taken away by Lopez. Stepped right in front of that one. Lopez nearly lost it a couple of times. Gets up the lane. He'll throw it up, and they call an offensive foul. Julian Lopez will not get credits for the points. Gets called for a push into the defender. And it'll go back to South Eugene. First foul on the night for Julian Lopez. Levi Haas will come into the game for Trey Saunders. And Cohen Thurman, I believe, also checked back in at that last dead ball. Racing up the right side, Thurman with it. Brings it back to the top, gets it to Haas. He'll work left side. Got to the baseline. His shot swatted out of bounds by Mendoza. He might take notice of the defense, but the offense, but Roseburg's defense can make some big plays too. Mendoza's got a long wingspan and some pretty good springs. Inbound goes to Perry. The sophomore, that's a travel. He tried to set up to pass it across the floor, got tied up, stutter stepped the feet, and never got rid of the basketball. Gets whistled for the extra steps. Bentia back in for Roseburg, along with Ash, Luther, Lopez, and Mendoza on the floor. They'll set up the offense. Luther gets it, looking for the cutter on the backside. Mendoza gets it, spin to his left, and he spins it off the glass for 2. What a move for Micah. 33-19. Roseburg in front with 2 minutes to go here in the second. Underneath, Mendoza battles for another board. Up the floor quickly. Vincent Ash going to get hit by Perry. Ash is going to draw the foul. Perry will pick up his second. A little bit of chippiness there between the sophomore and the senior as they were racing up floor. Inbound coming from the baseline for Lopez. 14-point lead for Roseburg. Another big first half lead. We'll see how the second half goes for them. We know what happened on Tuesday against Grants Pass. Inbound, Bentia gets a look at a three, and you can't leave him open. He will knock him down. He gets his first of the night. Roseburg's up 36-19, 17-point advantage, their largest of the night. This first half finishing strong. It's been a long scoring drought for the Axe. Saunders from the left elbow, back out to Bryant. He'll launch a three. That one barely moved the net. Landon Bryant will hit his first three of the game. Roseburg turns it over on the outlet up the floor. First three of the night for South Eugene comes here inside the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. Cohen Thurman will bring it across the timeline. South Eugene trying to cut into the deficit before the halftime break. Left side, Saunders going to try to hit a three. High, Rainbow off the back of the iron. Bentia brings it in. Gets it to Mendoza, who will bring it across the timeline. Out at the top, crossover, gets it to Ash. He works right side. Looking underneath for Luther. Feed it to him. Double team comes. They'll call a jump ball. And the possession arrow will favor Roseburg. Indians basketball on the baseline with 1:13 to go in the second quarter. Fresh 35 seconds. Out to the top to Mendoza. He'll just take the three from there. The defender wasn't all that on him, but his three well off the mark. South Eugene racing up the floor. They want to push the tempo just as much as Roseburg does. Haas drives to the right elbow, back out to Bryant, well behind the arc. Looked like he was thinking about trying. He'll pass across the floor to Thomas. Back out to Bryant for a deep three. It's short, and Ash is there to clean up the mess. Vincent Ash with another board. He's got 3 here in this quarter. Mendoza fakes left, goes right, almost lost the basketball, got to the rim. His shot misses off the back of the iron. Didn't get a clean look at it. Saunders on the left side. Cuts, pulls up for the mid-range, knocks it down from the left elbow for Trey Saunders. Roseburg's defense relaxed a little bit too much on that possession. Down to 30 seconds to go. Shot clock turned off. Roseburg leading 36-24. Credit South Eugene. They've cut down a 17-point deficit, making it a 12-point game. Lob to the free throw line. Luther gets it back to Mendoza. Finds Ash cutting underneath. Had his shot blocked, but he's able to get it right back. He'll have an open look at a three. Launches and rattles it in. Vincent Ash, his first 3 of the night. Gets one there for Roseburg. Trey Saunders before the horn. A deep 3. Banks off the iron and no good. We head to halftime. What a first half we had there. 39-24. Roseburg in front of the South Eugene Axe. They extend a 5-point lead after the first quarter to make it 15 here at halftime. Now, we've heard that story before. We'll see what the second half has in store for us when we come back. We'll go ahead and take a 2-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll take a look at how the first half played out for you here tonight. This is Roseburg High Basketball, streaming online at 541radio.com and here on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
At 2:30, varsity at 4:30. So cheerleading competition tomorrow right here in the gym. 2:30 for the JV, 4:30 for varsity.
$11, $15, $24, $14, $26, $36, $41, $45. Nope, that's not right. 14, 24, 26, 31, 35, 39. There we go. That's better. It's always the third quarter where I get off on my points. Back here at Roseburg High School, where the Roseburg Indians lead against the South Eugene Axe 39-24. Thanks everybody for tuning in and joining us for tonight's contest. I'm Joey Kieran. Working with us here tonight, Connor McLean back in the studio, helping out here on site. Angela Kieran helping out as we've got quite the fun one here tonight. Back and forth affair. No chance to get bored with this one. There's just too much activity. Roseburg leads at 39-24 after the first half of play. Roseburg has led all the way. Never trailed in this one. South Eugene tied it a couple of times in the first quarter, but they trailed by 5 at the end of the first 8. It was 18-13, the score at the end of the first quarter. And then Roseburg outscores South Eugene by 10 in the second, 21-11, to hold a 15-point lead here at the halftime break. Roseburg led by as many as 17. South Eugene went on a little bit of a run to make it a 12-point game just before half, but Roseburg would stretch it back out on a 3 by Vincent Ash. And so That's where we sit right now here at the halftime break. 39-24 is your score. We'll take a look at individual scoring from the first half of this one here when we come back after a quick timeout. A couple of team stats for you, though. 3 threes in the first half for Roseburg. One each for Julian Lopez, Vincent Ash, and Owen Bentia. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 for 7 at the free throw line in the first half for Roseburg. 1 for 2 at the line for South Eugene. South Eugene has 1 3-pointer in there as well. We'll go ahead and take a break. When we come back, we'll look at individual scoring. We'll try to catch up on some other sports updates around the Umpqua Basin. Check in with the Portland Trailblazers in action tonight against the San Antonio Spurs, and see if we can maybe pass along any other high school hoop scores for you here this evening. So stay with us for all of that coming up here after a quick 2-minute timeout. And we'll just double check here back in the studio. Connor, are we good to take a break, or do you need some help still? Okay, we'll go ahead, and before we take that break, we will let's go ahead and we'll run through some scoring here real quick as we'll go ahead and get these. So first for the visiting South Eugene Axe here tonight. First half leading scorer with 9 points is Landon Bryant. Bryant had 7 in the second quarter. He has the only 3 in the game for South Eugene. He's got the 9 points to lead the way for the Axe. Also 7 points all in the first quarter for Levi Haas. And Haas did not score in that second period. 4 points in the game for Trey Saunders, 4 points in the game for Calvin Yoder. That is your first half scoring recap for the South Eugene Axe. And on the other side for the Roseburg Indians, leading scorer in the contest with 12 points is Asher Vredenberg. He had 10 in the first period. 7 points in the game for Micah Mendoza. 7 points in the game for Julian Lopez. You also have 5 points for Vincent Ash. 4 points for Owen Bentia. And let's see here. 4 points for Caden Luther in there as well. So that is a look at our first half scoring recap for you here from Roseburg High School. And get a look-see at some other sports news for you here in just a moment. But we'll go ahead and get in our final 2-minute break here of the halftime show and come back. We'll get you caught up with some other stuff going on around the Umpqua Basin and get you ready for the second half of tonight's ball game here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
Back here at Roseburg High School, where the Roseburg Indians currently lead this one 39-24 here at the halftime break. Well, taking a look at some other high school sports news for you for Roseburg High fans out there. The Indians wrestling team is up at the Research Tournament of Champions in Hillsboro at Liberty High School, competing with a lot of top wrestling programs from around the state. At our last check. Now, I'm not sure if they were done for the day. I know they usually have a pretty long day in that one, but last we checked, Roseburg was at 15th in the team scores. They had 3 wrestlers still in the quarterfinals. Drew Dawson had a bye in the first round, has gone 2-0 since. Carter Dawson had a bye in his first round. He is 2-0. And Gage Singleton had 3 matches under his belt to make it to the quarterfinals. He has won all 3 of his matches, all of them by pins. Also still alive in the consolation round, Charlie Jones won his first match, then lost to fall into the consolation round. Had a bye in his first round of the consolation matches, and then picked up a win in the second round of the consolations. Wyatt Yutzi had a bye in his first round, lost his first match, got a bye in the first round of the consolations, and has a win under his belt in the consolation bracket. So that's a look at things there. Roseburg was in 15th place in the team standings there. Portland Trailblazers in action tonight. They're taking on San Antonio. I do believe you've got, let's see here, Scoot Henderson is playing for for Portland, and Victor Wembanyama playing for San Antonio. Wembanyama, of course, the number 1 overall pick for the San Antonio Spurs. Scoot Henderson, the number 3 overall pick for Portland. Those 2 rookies facing off against each other. Opening attempt of the third quarter. Boy, I better catch up here. Going coast to coast goes Asher Friedenberg once again. That's his signature move. He gets 2 and makes it a 41-24 game as we quickly get into this third quarter. I'll tell you the Blazer score here in a moment is a 3 from the near side corner. Calvin Yoder will get his first 3 of the ball game. They take it back to a 41-27 score. Down to a 14-point game as Roseburg had stretched it back out to 17 again. Bentia back out to Friedenberg, got tied up by Bryant, fought through it, dribbles, gets to the rim, finds Vincent Ash, who gets blocked from the backside, out of bounds to Roseburg. Bentia, Lopez, Mendoza, Ash, and Friedenberg on the floor here to start the third quarter. Inbound goes to Bentia, left wing 3, just short, fight for the ball. It ends up in the hands of Lopez, but he can't get it from just underneath the basket. Up the floor quickly, left side. Trey Saunders goes to the rim, and whistled for the foul is Asher Friedenberg. That will send Trey Saunders to the line for the first time here tonight. All right, they've got 6:11 to go until halftime in that Blazers ball game from San Antonio. Blazers leading 46-44 against the Spurs, the 2 worst teams in the Western Conference squaring off there. I wanted to get that to you before we started the third, but the third started, and it hasn't slowed down until we got to the free throw line here. Right now it's 41-27, Roseburg in front by 14. Not even a full minute away here in this third. Free throw is good for Trey Saunders. Hey, don't forget, coming up in the postgame show, we'll name your Mountain Mike's Pizza player of the game. That's Mountain Mike's Pizza the way it ought to be. Stop by to fill up after home games at the corner of Bellows and Harvard in Roseburg. And we'll also have your Colorcraft in the paint rebound leader to announce when this game is all said and done. A couple of free throws go through for Saunders. 41-29, Roseburg facing pressure in the backcourt. Andy McCurdy's into the game. He got it up the floor, but Lopez has his shot redirected. It's South Eugene with it in the far corner. That's Bryant, lobs it out to the top to Thurman. Gets it back in the far left corner. Coming to get it, Saunders at the left wing. Deep 3, he's going to launch it. Back of the iron, hits the support beam above. Out of bounds to Roseburg. Colorcraft, they're a paint store, not a paint department. When you're looking to get in the paint, you can expect perfect matches with Colorcraft and Benjamin Moore. 6:39 to go, third quarter. Lopez handling the point, brings it up the floor, stops in the front court, gets it to Bentia, hands off to Mendoza. He'll launch a three from the left wing, and Micah Mendoza gets his first three of the night. Back out to a 15-point lead, 44-29. At the top, straight away, driving left side. Bryant kicks to the left corner. Saunders circles to the middle of the lane, gets it to dance on the iron before it falls in. And Saunders will have another two. He's got 8 points in the ballgame with 4 here in the quarter. Mendoza bringing it across the timeline, works to the right side, bounces it away to Lopez, out to the top to Ash. Signals with the left hand, circles with the left hand dribble to the free throw line, gets it to Mendoza, jab step left, spins back to his left, off the glass, just a bit too strong as it falls off the front of the iron. Bryant with the rebound, racing up into the front court, a three from the left side, and it's Yoder for his second three of the period. And South Eugene coming out of the locker room, feeling pretty good about things. A 10-point ball game is a whistle, foul on the floor. Micah Mendoza knocked to the ground. The foul goes against Cohen Thurman. Got a chance to catch up with the grandfather for Spencer Bingham before tonight's game. Bingham was playing in the JV game. He was here. They're here visiting from Utah. Told me he is going to go get dinner at Mountain Mike's Pizza after the game because of all the listening to the games there in Utah. He's excited to go check out Mountain Mike's. Miss on the offensive attempt by Roseburg. 5:29 to go here in the third quarter. It's down to a 10-point game after a couple of threes here in the third for South Eugene. Saunders, that ball was knocked away by Bentia. He saved it back in. Nobody was going to get it. Everybody was expecting a whistle. There wasn't one. Bentia established himself back in bounds, and he got the basketball himself. That was quite the play. Bentia gets it left side, and an offensive foul away from the basketball. Andy McCurdy with a very confused look on his face. And we'll go the other direction. McCurdy, I believe, probably whistled for a moving screen. Or just fighting for position, I guess. 5:02, counting here in the third. Thurman with it at the top, pass it away left side. Saunders between the leg dribble, gets it to Yoder. Fade away jumper, it's a bit short. Rebound down to Micah. Micah will bring it into the front court through the center circle, pass it left side. That ball tipped out by Saunders, out of bounds to Roseburg. Owen Bentia will have it in front of his own bench. Lobs it into the backcourt for Micah. Micah through the center orange circle and gets it to Lopez. Right back to Micah. Launches up the baseline jumper from the right side. Too strong. Came off a bit flat. Saunders with the rebound. Works up the floor against McCurdy. Jump pass into the corner for Bryant from the left side. He'll circle it out to the top. He attacks. Explodes to the rim. Lays it off the glass. And Landon Bryant will not be denied. He makes it an 8-point game. Roseburg, a bit of a slow start to the third quarter. A three by Bentia, no. Lopez saves it back in, out to Mendoza. Julian Lopez with a big effort play there after the miss by Bentia. Ash fakes the handoff to Mendoza, pulls up for the jumper from the free throw line, missed it. Tried to get his own rebound, could not fight off Calvin Yoder. South Eugene trailing by 8. They were down by 17 here in this third. But they have gotten hot, have gone on a run. Roseburg with just 5 points in the period. Yoder gets it in the middle, tried to feed it to Levi Haas. It's taken away by Vincent Ash. He'll bring it up. Roseburg with some numbers, but Ash is just going to go right to the rim, and it's a blocking foul called against South Eugene. We'll see who they put this one on. It's on Calvin Yoder, his second. 2 team fouls against South Eugene, but this was a shooter, so heading to the free throw line will be Vincent Ash, the senior. We'll try to get some points going in here for Roseburg. They have been cold here to start this third quarter, missing the front end. Roseburg got a 3 from Mendoza and a 2 from Asher Friedenberg. That has been their 5 points so far. Other side, it has been 12 in the period for South Eugene. Timeout taken by the Axe. We're going to go ahead and get one in as well. 30-second timeout here on 541radio.com and on the Score. 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.com.
Our sister station, I-101 FM, carrying Sutherland Bulldogs basketball tonight. Going to see if I can find out a score for you from the girls basketball matchup. Sutherland girls were hosting Cascade Christian, and that was a big one. It was a battle for first place in the league standings there between the Bulldogs and the Challengers. Back at the free throw line out of the timeout is Vincent Ash. His second free throw coming up here. Ash will launch it up. It's no good. Rebound tip to Trey Saunders. And South Eugene will work it up the floor, looking to cut it down to a two-possession game. Trailing by 8. Haas to the free throw line. Looks for Saunders cutting to the rim. He'll wrap it around. Trey Saunders, he's got 6 in the quarter. And it's a 6-point game, 44-38. Roseburg led by 15 at halftime. Once again, we're watching a lead evaporate for him. Driving left side, Lopez gets in the middle. He floats, hangs, and finishes. 9 in the game for Lopez. That was a big bucket for the Indians. Thurman loses it. Here goes Micah Mendoza. Throws it down. Mendoza with the one-hand jam. You knew it was coming once he got the steal. On the other side, Roseburg pressing, trying to get the stop. Get whistled for a foul. That'll be the second on Julian Lopez. Substitutions come in. Caden Luther into the game. Checked in for Vincent Ash. Landon Bryant working right side, spins back to his left, looks for the baseline cutter, finds Yoder underneath, too strong, and Luther will pull in the rebound, tipped by McCurdy. Roseburg into the front court quickly, into the middle. Lopez misses, but he gets his own rebound. He had a tough shot with 3 defenders around him, but he loses the handle on the basketball. Bryant comes up, 2-on-1, steps around McCurdy, and misses the lay-in. He worked himself into a bit of a tizzy there. Up the floor, Mendoza finds Owen Bentia cutting through the defense. Bentia gets it, and Roseburg's back out to a 12-point lead just like that, 50-38. A long 2 from the left elbow, and Calvin Yoder is heating up. He's got 8 in the quarter. The sophomore has been playing big. On the other side, Haas whistled for the foul as Mendoza goes hard into the padding on the baseline. Calvin Yoder, a sophomore at 6'5". With his 8 points in this period, he's up to 12. He's going to be a guy to watch going forward. Micah at the free throw line. The lefty knocks down the first. Tonight's ball game brought to you by our friends at Flyway Travel. When you get ready to take that dream trip, contact the travel experts at Travel Leader Flyway Travel. Give them a call at 672-5701. Second free throw is good for Mendoza. 52-40 with 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Roseburg in front by 12 after making it an 8-point game. South Eugene has given up a run to Roseburg. Lob across the floor, out to the top, straight away for Thomas. James Thomas has checked into the game for the Axe. Saunders pass it away to Bryant. At the top, crossover, gives it away to Thomas, left wing. He dribbles it out, tries to attack at the free throw line, cradles it in, gets to the rim, and James Thomas will get his first points of the night. Very patient attack there from the senior. Makes it a 10-point game. South has at least cut it down as we head towards the fourth quarter. Lopez driving baseline, gets cut off, lobs it out to the top. A look at a 3 for Mendoza. No, off the back iron. Rebound tipped up by Luther, and it's Yoder that brings it in. Up the floor. Pass out to the left side. Back hook the pass into the corner. Saunders a 3. Clanks off the iron, and it's McCurdy down with the rebound. Roseburg gets the stop. 1 minute to go here in the third. Mendoza driving in, and the foul before he gets airborne. 59.5 seconds to play in the third quarter. The whistle goes against Levi Haas, his second. Not a shooting foul, so they'll set up Andy McCurdy from the far side of the floor, or a couple of young ladies trying not to be caught as they were tickling the back of Andy McCurdy over there, the student section. They moved the inbound to the baseline, not having anything to do with the student section. Timeout taken by Roseburg. We're going to get one in as well. 59.5 seconds to play here in the third quarter. Roseburg leading this one 52-42. Back after this 30-second break on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Remember the good old days? When you didn't have to make an appointment or wait in line for an hour just to talk to your teller. When businesses were local and gave back to the community. At Cascade Community Credit Union, there are some things will never change. We're the only credit union or bank headquartered in Douglas County, and making our members a priority has always been our priority. For easy and simplified banking, visit CCCU. No appointment, just come on in.
Back here for the final 59.5 seconds of the third quarter. Roseburg leading against South Eugene out of the timeout. Indians with the basketball. Get it into Lopez. Out to Mendoza. Out at the top. Got some space from Haas, who's very leery of that first step by Micah. Pass into the corner from McCurdy. He got the defender in the air. And Andy McCurdy, the sophomore, finishes with the soft touch at the rim. 54-42. South Eugene quickly up the floor. Out to Yoder, an open look at a three. It's off the front iron. Saunders comes down with the rebound, and he is knocked to the floor. It looked like Andy McCurdy getting the hand in there. He is whistled. I have it for his second. That'll be the fourth on Roseburg, but we're just 37 seconds left in the quarter before things reset. 37.4 seconds on the game clock, 35 seconds on the shot clock. Inbound by Thurman on the baseline. Looking. He'll get it into the corner for Haas. Working against Mendoza. Goes to the left hand. Spin around from the left block. Off the back of the iron. Tip up. Luther with it. 30 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Roseburg up the floor. Underhand pass goes baseline to Bentia. And Bentia finishes with the right hand right at the rim. 18 seconds. Saunders pulls up on the right side. Gets it to Yoder in the corner. Yoder across the lane, out to Thurman. He gets in, double clutch, and he'll finish. First points of the game for Thurman. Down to 6 seconds. Mendoza looks to the clock. 4, 3, 2. He'll pull up for the three at the horn. Knocks it down, and we head to the fourth quarter after a big three by Micah Mendoza. Roseburg leads it 59-44 as we head to the final period here on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
At Douglas County Farmers Co-op, we want your four-legged friends to be healthy and happy. That's why we stock a carefully curated selection of pet, equine, and livestock supplies. From the premium foods your pets crave to grooming and show supplies that help you shine in the show ring, you'll find it at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our knowledgeable staff are here to help with those tough pet and livestock care questions. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
I'm confused by the huge market swings.
Get a better understanding of your finances. At Palm Wealth Management, we care about your priorities and help restore financial security. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Mountain Mike's Pizza, the way it ought to be.
We start out the fourth quarter. Roseburg with the basketball. A left corner three, and Micah will knock down another one. He finished the third quarter with a three, and he buries another one from the left corner, and it makes it a 62-44 game. Roseburg in front. Attacking the iron is Landon Bryan, as he will answer on the other side. After making it an 8-point game, South Eugene couldn't hold Roseburg off, and both teams scored 20 points in the third quarter. And we went to the fourth quarter with another 15-point lead. That's where it stood at halftime. Entry pass down to Asher Friedenberg, and he fought a defender off to hold on to the possession. He got free underneath. 4-2, 64-46. Right side, Landon Bryant with it. Couple of jab steps. He goes left. Bentia stays with him. Stops in the lane. Back out to Yoder on the right side. He pulls in from the right elbow. No. Mendoza there for the rebound. The senior will trot his way like a gazelle, just bouncing up the floor on the right side. Enters it in underneath. No whistle as the defender go down underneath. Friedenberg got off of his position and could not get the wraparound. And an attempt at a dunk for Levi Haas. No, the rebound comes down to Friedenberg. Launches it up the floor. Here comes Mendoza. Throws it down. Micah Mendoza with the dunk. Another big one for the senior. And a whistle now on the other side stops play. A 20-point game here for the Indians, leading 66-46. Haas tried the dunk on one side. On the other side, Micah able to make it count. 6.5 to go here in the game. After the whistle, that was the first foul on Michael Bosley. South Eugene with it. Thurman on the right side pulls in from the right elbow. That shot clanks off. Friedenberg pulls down another board. Roseburg doing a good job on the glass here tonight. He just weaves his way through traffic, throws up a shot. It does not go down, but he makes himself back in bounds, let it bounce off his chest. Didn't want to gain possession of the basketball before he established himself back in bounds. That's a smart play. Friedenberg hands it off to Bentia, and he will get a blocking foul called against Thurman. Cohen Thurman, I believe, picks up his second. Roseburg leading by 20, their largest lead of the game. It'll be a two-shot foul here, they say. We're waiting. I think the coach for Solomon Harris, or the coach for South Eugene, Solomon Harris, is having a conversation with one of the officials. I'm wondering if they're trying to debate whether or not that should be a shooting foul or not. Bentia is set up at the free throw line, and he's going to get awarded free throws here. First free throw for Bentia. The rainbow shot falls in. 21-point game. And the second one goes through. 22-point advantage for Roseburg, 68-46. Out at the top, Landon Bryant driving in, makes the pocket pass to Haas underneath, and Bosley's going to get whistled for the foul, I do believe, as he tried to get a hand in to knock it away. Bosley will pick up his second. Micah Mendoza comes into the game, or maybe he was already in. It looked like he subbed in, but I didn't see who he would have subbed out for. Cohen Thurman will inbound from the baseline for South Eugene. 5:56 to go here in the contest. Tonight's game brought to you by Palm Wealth Management, a member of D.A. Davidson & Company, member SIPC. Inbound goes to the left baseline where Levi Haas will knock down the 15-footer. Mendoza glides up the floor, across from right to left, angles to the left wing, lobs down to Friedenberg. A high toss, and Friedenberg trying to come down with it, couldn't hang on to it. Up the floor, Thurman launched it into the corner, almost turned over. They get Haas underneath, lets the defense fly by, and he'll bank it in. 18-point game, 68-50. 5:25, spin move off the glass for Asher Friedenberg. Roseburg with a lot of real nice moves at the rim here tonight. Left side, a three by Bryant. Too strong. Long rebound comes down to Luther. His pass, though, tipped right back into the hands for South Eugene. In the middle of the lane, Haas can't get it to go. He'll get his own rebound. Another look, can't get it. Yoder on a chance, and Yoder will get the fadeaway jumper. That was 4 looks basically on that side of the floor for South Eugene. They finally get one to fall in. 18-point advantage. Roseburg can just kind of try to wear off some clock here and slow things down. Friedenberg will get it into the right corner, dribbles that direction, pass out. It's stolen away by Trey Saunders on the breakout, and he will lay it in. Looked like he was maybe trying to set up for a dunk, but he didn't launch quite enough. 16-point game. Got to be careful. Can't take it too easy here, but Roseburg's got some room to play it safe. A three by Mendoza, no. Rebound pulled in by South Eugene. They can close quickly. Coach Humphreys telling us about how they did it against Grants Pass on Wednesday. Driving baseline, a little bit of a push, it looked like, by Luther in the back of Yoder. He was off the mark, and the rebound came down to the Indians. Mendoza weaving his way up the floor. And a whistle will stop play. A foul against South Eugene. It goes on Cohen Thurman, his third. 2 team fouls for either side. Lopez will come in. Ash will check in. Mendoza and Luther will both head to the bench. Inbound's going to be from the baseline for Roseburg. Friedenberg initiates, triggers, gets it to Bentia. He'll back his way in and gets fouled by Bryant. Headed back to the line, Owen Bentia. His second trip to the stripe here in the fourth quarter. He's 3 for 4 at the line tonight. Roseburg basketball this season on the Score, sponsored by Barnes Heating and Cooling, your complete energy company. Visit barnesheatingandcooling.com or call them at 541-459-1545. First free throw, good for Bentia. And don't forget the live video stream of Roseburg High basketball on 541radio.com and on our YouTube channel, 1490 The Score, is brought to you by the Cow Creek Tribe. Another perfect trip to the line for Owen Bentia. Makes them both, makes it 72-54. Slicing to the lane, too strong off the glass for Saunders underneath. A rebound for Haas and a putback bucket. He's got 6 in the period. 72-56. Friedenberg drives in, gets hit as he was looking, it looked like, to try and wrap around a pass to Bosley. We'll see if they say he was shooting. It is a 2-shot foul. The foul goes against Thurman, his 4th. 14 fouls against South Eugene here in the fourth quarter. Asher Friedenberg will go to the line. He's got 4 in the period, puts him at 18 for the game. Had a career-high 28 in the win against Grants Pass on Tuesday. And the senior buries the first free throws of the night for Asher Friedenberg. Did get an update on that Sutherland girls game. The Bulldogs win 55-39 over the Cascade Christian Challengers, so the Sutherland girls stay perfect in league play, and they will take over sole possession of first place in the Far West League. 74-56 our score here after 2 made free throws for Friedenberg. Loose ball, Bentia touched it, and it looks like South Eugene's going to be the whistled for the last touch as Cohen Thurman went to the floor, diving to try and get the loose ball, and he's the last one to get a hand on it. That ball goes out of bounds. Ash will inbound it for Roseburg in front of the South Eugene bench. 3:41 here in the fourth quarter. Roseburg leading. The largest lead has been 22 here in this fourth quarter for Roseburg. Julian Lopez almost walked with it. Gets it away across the floor to Ash. The player ends up on the ground for South Eugene. That's Thurman. Into the corner. Lopez, an open look at a 3. A little short. Bosley underneath fighting for the rebound. And a whistle against South Eugene. One of the assistant principals for Roseburg. Is that Rob? With the mop? No? Okay. One of the game staff from Roseburg, one of the administrators or helpers out here. He's been busy running back and forth across the floor trying to mop up the sweat with bodies on the floor everywhere here in this fourth quarter. Tried to give him some credit. I thought it was somebody, but it wasn't the person I thought it was, so I guess he will remain nameless for now. At the free throw line, catch you back up on the action here. Julian Lopez at the free throw line hits the first of 2 shots. 75-56. The foul was against Trey Saunders, picking up his 3rd. Second free throw for Lopez is good. Lopez now 4 for 6 at the line tonight. 76-56, back to a 20-point lead for Roseburg. Saunders into the corner. It's a 3 for Thurman. No. Weak side rebound. Haas will stay in bounds as he tiptoed the baseline. Driving in, Saunders gets a whistle. But they count that. They count the bucket as they give Trey Saunders quite the continuation there. Saunders another 2. That'll put him at 14 points on the night. He looks for the traditional 3-point play with 3:10 to go here in the contest. Andy McCurdy will check in. Yeah, on the made basket. Saunders will put it through. 76-59, 3:10 to go. South Eugene closed quickly against Grants Pass. They were down maybe double digits with about 2 minutes to go in the game, and they closed it down and ended up only losing by 4 against Grants Pass. So I'm sure the message from Coach Humphreys has been, don't let up. It might be a 17-point ball game, but this team can score quickly, and a steal by Thurman gets it up the floor to Haas. He will be too strong on the lay-in, but he gets his own rebound and lays it in. Levi Haas gets another 2. He's got 8 in the quarter. It's 76-61, 15-point lead. Timeout taken. We'll go ahead and take a quick 30-second break as well. We'll catch our breath. This has been a good one here tonight. Roseburg leading. We'll see if they can finish it off here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
Don't forget to stick with us after the game is done. We'll have a quick post-game show for you, recapping scoring, and hopefully get a quick word in with head coach Jordan Humphreys of the Roseburg Indians. Roseburg will inbound it, lob it over the defense to Asher Friedenberg on the full-court press. At the rim, Andy McCurdy shot too strong, but he steals it back after Yoder came down with the rebound. McCurdy goes to the rim, and Andy will get a point there. He gets 2 of them, in fact. A big steal and finish for McCurdy. A 3 by Saunders off the front of the iron. Rebound tipped. It'll stay with South Eugene. You had Bentia and Ash both going for it. They kind of knocked it away from each other. So it'll stay with South Eugene. 2.5 to go. Thurman got to go somewhere with it. Gets it into Bryant in the right corner. Yoder comes to get it, spins, turns around. What a pretty shot for Calvin Yoder. Keep that name in the back of your mind. Only a sophomore. 78-63. To the right side goes Friedenberg, hands it off to McCurdy. The sophomore has been a nice addition to this varsity lineup. He's been getting big minutes. He tries to enter it down to Vincent Ash, who is probably one of the smaller guys on the floor, but Vince, boy, that guy loves to bang it down low. He is a great rebounder for his size, and he will post up as well. Inbound goes to McCurdy, back to Friedenberg. He'll pull up for the turnaround jumper. His shot well off the mark. Rebound right down to Cohen Thurman. Up the floor comes South Eugene. Yoder attacking. He gets it off the glass for another 2. 78-65, 13-point game inside of 2 minutes to go. Friedenberg into the front court, draws it back. One-hand pass, left side to Bentia. Gets to the baseline, attacks, throws up the shot. Count the bucket, and heading to the line is Owen Bentia. Bentia gets the bucket. He'll head back to the line for a 3rd time here in the 4th quarter. Roseburg hits the 80-point mark once again. Their season high is 86. But Bentia will go to the line for the 3-point play. He is, let's see here, 6. I got him down for 14 points in the ball game. Nice night for the junior. Spencer Bingham checks into the game for Roseburg. The and 1 is good for Owen Bentia. Only a 60% free throw shooter coming into the game. He's done nice at the line tonight. Ball taken away by Lopez, but he couldn't get back to it as the ball rolls across the baseline. It will stay with South Eugene. Possession didn't change, so the shot clock stays at 31. Cohen Thurman inbounding from the near corner. He will bounce it down the baseline. Got it to Saunders. His shot doesn't fall, but he's headed to the free throw line. While we got a break in the action, let's go ahead and pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Roseburg basketball here on the Score. First free throw drops in for Saunders. Tonight's game brought to you by Chuck Swarman Family Auto Repair. Are you ready to go where life takes you? Second free throw halfway down before it spits back out, and Micah Mendoza there for the rebound. Hassled in the backcourt, trying to dribble away from Saunders. Now gets into the front court, lost the ball, out of bounds off of Roseburg. It's a 15-point game. with 1:28 to go in the contest. Roseburg led by 15 at the end. Oh, a technical foul called against Coach Humphreys. So to the free throw line will go Trey Saunders to shoot the technical free throws here for the Axe. Roseburg basketball season also brought to you by Dr. Alanson Randall. Family and cosmetic dentistry. Visit drrandall.com or give them a call at 541-378-6694. Saunders hits both of the free throws after the technical has been assessed. And it makes it a 13-point game. With the possession after the technical, South Eugene. Thurman will inbound from the far side. Bryant with it, working against Bentia straight away. Fires into the corner. Haas launches up a three. He's got it. 3-point for Levi Haas, his first of the game. And it's suddenly a 10-point ball game. Got to get it across the timeline. There into the front court goes Vredenberg. Gets it back, and now an offensive foul as Micah Mendoza handed it back to Vredenberg. The defender stepped in front of him. A collision ensued, and Mendoza runs right over Cohen Thurman. There wasn't much of a chance to avoid the collision, but a whistle nonetheless, and Thurman a little shooken up. Both teams into the bonus now, so we should have free throws here for most of the rest of the way. Not there, though, on an offensive foul, I guess. Offensive. So inbound from the far side. 1:07 to play in the fourth quarter. They're going to get a substitution for Thurman. The senior, honorable mention all-conference selection a year ago, heads to the bench. A little dinged up after getting run over by Mendoza. Bryant comes in, races left side, pass to Haas, hangs in the air, and Levi Haas finishes on the double clutch. He's having a huge fourth quarter. Pressure in the backcourt by South Eugene. They're down by only 8. A steal in the backcourt. Vredenberg wanted a foul, and Saunders gets an easy 2. And a timeout taken by Roseburg. It's a 7-point game with 45 seconds to go. And somewhere got my points off by a bit for those that are watching online. 81-74 is our score. Timeout taken by Roseburg. I had gotten distracted with my score being off, so I didn't see exactly what happened there in the backcourt for Asher Vredenberg as the ball was taken away, and an easy 2 for South Eugene. We'll go ahead and take a 30-second break here. 8-point ball game. Make that a 7-point ball game here on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
How should I be investing my money?
Plan for your future with confidence. At Palm Wealth Management, we'll help you see a clear path to financial peace of mind. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Mountain Mike's Pizza, the way it ought to be.
Levi Haas with that last 2 for South Eugene. He's got 13 here in the fourth quarter for 20 points in the game. South Eugene will press. You got to imagine they're going to start fouling here soon. They're down by 7. And Vredenberg into the front court. Reaching in is Saunders. He gets whistled. And that'll be the 4th on Trey Saunders. Is Saunders, Vredenberg, and well, they initially called the foul against Asher Vredenberg and quickly realized it was against the 5 on the other side in purple Trey Saunders. So with 39.1 seconds at the line, Asher Vredenberg. Roseburg leading by 7. Quite a furious attempt at the comeback here for South Eugene. And, of course, the basket unkind to Vredenberg. First one was in the cylinder. Didn't want to stay there. Second one here for Vredenberg. His rainbow shot that time touches nothing but the bottom of the net. 1-2 at the line. Driving into the baseline, Bryant kicks back out to the top. A 3 by Yoder. It's short. Rebound comes down to Mendoza, and South Eugene will foul quickly. 8-point game with 27.7, and Roseburg looks like they are going to have a strong chance. I don't want to talk too soon here, but Roseburg with 27.7 to go in position here to sustain this furious rally by South Eugene. South Eugene season high is 85, by the way, in case you were curious. Roseburg might have a chance to hit or eclipse their season high at the free throw line here down the stretch. The lefty Mendoza swishes in the first. One more coming for him. Both teams are in the bonus, so fouls, as mentioned before, will result in 2 free throws. Second one does not want to fall. Saunders down with the rebound. He'll push it up the floor. 9-point game. He launches a 3. It's off the iron. High rebound pulled down by Bentia. Launches it up the floor for Friedenberg. And he wanted the dunk, couldn't get it. But Ash is there for the rebound. He'll run away from pressure. 10 seconds on the clock. His pass is tipped. It goes out to Bentia. And Roseburg's going to win this one as they will hold on. Asher frustrated he didn't get the dunk. But Roseburg is going to get the win. Big round of applause as this one goes final. Roseburg gets the win on top of South Eugene, 83-74. The Indians led big in the fourth quarter. South Eugene, as they did a couple of times, rallied to make it a closer game. Roseburg will win by 9. They led by as many as 22 early in the fourth quarter. What a ball game we got tonight here, but Roseburg with the win will move into sole possession of second place in the conference unless South Medford loses tonight at Willamette. If that happens, then Roseburg could be tied for first. South Willamette is winless in league play, so we'll let you figure out that. We'll see how that final score comes in for Willamette and South Medford. We'll recap this one for you tonight. I believe we'll get a chance to catch up with head coach Jordan Humphreys when we come back for the postgame show after this 2-minute timeout here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
Welcome into the postgame show, everybody. Thanks so much for tuning and joining us here tonight as the Roseburg Indians get a 83-74 victory on top of the South Eugene Axe. Big win there. The Roseburg Indians have now won 4 straight games as they improved to 11-5 on the year, now 4-1 in conference play. As far as we know, trailing only South Medford in the standings. South Eugene will fall to 9-9 on the year. Now 3-2 in conference play. They've lost back-to-back games, lose 2 out of their 3 conference games played here this week. Roseburg pulled ahead by big numbers a couple of different times, but this South Eugene team can score in a hurry, and they closed the gap in the fourth quarter. But Roseburg was able to sustain the effort and was able to hold on for the victory. Granted, it's only by 9 points. They led by as many as 22 in the fourth quarter. So credit South Eugene on the comeback effort, but it falls just a little bit short. I've got Roseburg down tonight for 6 3-pointers in the game. 3 of them by Micah Mendoza. Let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 for 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. 18 for 24 at the free throw line for Roseburg here this evening. For South Eugene, just 2 3-pointers. No, sorry, make that 4 3-pointers in the game. Calvin Yoder led the way with 2 of those. They didn't get to the free throw line a whole lot. Let's see here. 6 for 7 at the line for Trey Saunders. 1 for 2 for Levi Haas. So 7 for 9 at the free throw line in the game for South Eugene here tonight. South Eugene, a furious fourth quarter. They put up 30 points in the final period to make their comeback effort and see if they could get close in this one. So a big rally there, but unfortunately they fall just a bit short there for the Axe. They will stumble this week, losing a couple of games. Roseburg defending their home court. That's always the big one. You know, it's so hard to win on the road in Southwest Conference play, so you got to make sure you get the ones at home. And now Roseburg will have a couple of road games here coming up. Roseburg will finish out their first time through conference play on the road at Sheldon coming up next Tuesday. That'll be the next one in this one here tonight. So it looks like we are off just a little bit on some of our scoring. You want to go grab the scorebook down there real quick for me? I'll take a photo. Bring it up here, yeah. I keep missing getting a photo of the scorebook, and so sometimes I have to figure it out at home and rewatch some of the video stream, but we'll go get the team scorebook and get a look at that here directly. Roseburg winning, though, 83-74. I feel like I'm missing 2 points for Roseburg, and I somehow gave an extra point to South Eugene. So there's all of that for you. It's hard to do it all. Let's see here. There is the South Eugene game. So, yep, I thought it was going to be Micah that I missed. I probably got really excited about one of his dunks and missed putting that in my scorebook. So we got that. Let's see here. And, yeah, I gave an extra point to Levi Haas, it looks like. I gave Haas a 3. It might have been a 2. Might have been the reason why I've got an extra point in there, that it was a 3, or a 2, not a 3 that I get given him credit for. So, yeah, you got that there, and everything else looked pretty good there. Coach, there's your scorebook back. I borrowed that, so that I made sure I got a picture of it this time. Let me get your microphone turned on here for you. Coach Jordan Humphreys joining us here in the postgame show. Coach, congratulations on the win. Third quarter. Is that going to be a focus here coming up here for you guys?
It's been a focus. We tried some different stuff in the locker room today at halftime. We did a little bit, the definition of insanity is
doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result,
and so that's been, we've been focused on that. And so tonight we tried something different in the locker room, and we're not going to try that again. I don't know what we're going to do. We're going to come up with something to change it up for them. Same as last time, 15-point lead at half, and we come out with a few poor possessions to start, and they get right back in it. And, as you know, at this level, you just can't do that. You're not going to put teams away.
Yeah. Well, and you mentioned in the pregame, or maybe I think it was when we were talking after the interview, that you went and watched that game, Grants Pass and South Eugene, and late in that game it was a pretty decent margin in favor of Grants Pass, and in just a couple of minutes of game time, South Eugene cut the deficit down, only ended up losing by 4. They almost kind of pulled off a similar thing against you here tonight. What was so dangerous about what South Eugene was doing to you guys late in this game?
I definitely give them credit, but I'm not sure it's what they were doing to us. I think it's what we were doing to ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
We were turning the ball over. We missed a bunch of easy lay-ins, and then our defense, we just kept letting guys drive middle, and they were getting easy buckets and uncontested lay-ins. So.
That said, don't want to gloss over the fact that you guys were able to build a 22-point lead early in that fourth quarter, so things were going well for you. You guys were playing your game and accomplishing a lot of good things. We've seen a couple of guys, it feels like, really kind of starting to find their groove and really come along. We know Micah can do some scoring, but I think Asher Vredenberg has really stepped up nicely in what he's done. I had career-high 28 against Grants Pass earlier this week. I got him down for 21 points here tonight. So a couple of big games for that senior that seems to be really finding a groove and finding the way that he can attack the rim.
Yeah, he's pretty tough to guard. He's long. He's got a pretty good first step, and when he's on balance, he has some good counter moves. And it's just about making sure he's on balance and taking good shots and not forcing too much. Sometimes when he gets inside, he's got a one-track mind and doesn't keep teammates involved. But yeah, he's definitely attacking the basket well and finishing good inside, and that just counters Micah so well. And like we've said before, I don't think anybody has two guys that can guard our top two guys.
Also, free throw shooting. We've seen it come up in the last couple of games tonight and against Grants Pass earlier this week that it is so critical. How do you feel like the team is doing in that area? I think I had you guys down for like 18 for 24 maybe tonight. I'm not sure if that's 100%. I said it earlier, but I didn't count it down. But, how do you feel like the team is doing? I know Owen is a three-point shooter, yet he had been struggling. He's been coming around. Feels like the guys are starting to feel a little bit more comfortable at the line, and that can be very important late in the season.
Yeah, definitely free throws. I know we're over 70% for the season. Which
I do have you down for 71.
Okay, there we go. So, yeah, anytime, our goal is to be over 70%, and if we do that, then if it comes down to free throws, we're going to win a lot of games. And obviously getting to the line 24 times is pretty big, too.
Yeah.
When we're talking about playing fast and attacking, then that's one of the goals that we have is getting to the free throw line. And if we're shooting them well, then good things are going to happen.
Well, big win tonight for Roseburg, 83-74. The final score as Roseburg gets the victory on top of South Eugene. And as far as we know, alone in second place, depending on what might have happened with South Medford and Willamette here tonight. But nonetheless, in a good spot as you guys get ready for Sheldon coming up next week, go on the road to finish out conference play. What will be kind of your focus here in the next couple of days before you guys head to Eugene?
Sheldon. We have finished the first half of the league right. If we can get another one on the road, then that's going to be huge because we got a lot of road ones in the second half.
Yeah, definitely has been. It's been nice to be at home, but we'll be hitting the road. Coach, thanks so much for the time here.
Thanks, Joey.
That is Coach Jordan Humphreys here joining us in the postgame show. We'll recap some of your scoring here real quick here tonight. Leading scorer in the game with 23 points is Micah Mendoza. And he had a big night, big second half for the Indians as I think I have him down for 16 points there in the second half. Asher Vredenberg with 21 in the contest. Also in double figures, Julian Lopez with 11, Owen Bentia with 15. That's the four scorers in double figures for Roseburg on average-wise, and they make it happen here tonight. 5 points for Vincent Ash, and 4 points for Caden Luther, 4 points for Andy McCurdy. On the other side, a strong finish for Levi Haas, down with 19 points, so he scored 12 in the fourth quarter to finish with 19. 10 points in the fourth quarter for Trey Saunders. He finishes with 20 to lead the way for the Axe. 13 points for Landon Bryant, 18 points for Calvin Yoder, then 2 points for Cohen Thurman, and 2 points for James Thomas. And that is all your scoring in tonight's contest for South Eugene. It's time now here in the postgame show to name our Mountain Mike's Pizza Player of the Game. Tonight's Mountain Mike's Pizza Player of the Game, going to give it to Micah Mendoza. Mountain Mike's Micah Mendoza, that seems to be fitting. 23 points, and I believe he's also our rebound leader tonight. He had a great all-around game, doing a lot of good work here this evening. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Might just be a double-double tonight for Micah Mendoza with 23 points and 10 rebounds unofficially. So you're in the paint rebound leader tonight. Micah Mendoza receiving a $10 gift card to Java Run thanks to Colorcraft, your Benjamin Moore dealer here in Douglas County. So Micah is your Mountain Mike's Pizza Player of the Game. Visit them at the corner of Bellows and Harvard in Roseburg. He's also your in the paint rebound leader thanks to Colorcraft. All right, folks, that's going to wrap it up for us here on tonight's broadcast of Roseburg High basketball. Big one here tonight as the Indians hold on for the win over the Axe. Up next will be at Sheldon on Tuesday. Want to say thanks to the South Eugene Axe. A great atmosphere for a ball game here tonight. Really competitive game, a lot of fun to watch, so thanks so much for making it a good one. Want to say thanks to Athletic Director Adam Blue, Head Coach Jordan Humphreys, and the entire Roseburg basketball program for allowing us to bring you another season of Roseburg basketball here on The Score. Want to say thanks to Angela Keyran for help with video production here on site tonight. I want to say thanks to Connor McLean back in the studio for the radio production this evening. And as always, a thanks to you, the fan, for tuning in for tonight's broadcast. Because, of course, without you, I'm just a guy sitting here talking to myself. I'm Joey Keyran. We'll talk to you next Tuesday when Roseburg heads to Eugene to take on the Sheldon Irish. It'll wrap up the first half of conference play for the Indians. The game tips off at 6:45. You can tune in for pregame coverage starting at 6:30 right here on 541radio.com or catch it on the radio on Douglas County's home for sports, The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.